Iran is warning Israel this weekend against aiding U.S. missions in the Straits of Hormuz, saying that Tehran would view the action as a, quote, clear threat and reserving the right to take action. This comes following reports that Israel was going to assist the U.S.-led coalition to protect shipping there in the Strait with intelligence. And with that, we bring in former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State in the Obama administration, currently Washington Strategy Group President Joel Rubin. Good to see you, Joel. Thanks.
Thanks, Liz.
Always nice to know where the Iranians stand.
Well, they certainly stand against Israel, and there's no doubt about that. And if Israel is going to support American intelligence gathering on
we know they do. They just said the quiet part out loud.
Well, yeah, and that's always been sort of behind the scenes.
Right.
So now Israel is getting overt with it, but Israel has the right to do that, and we, the United States, have the right and the responsibility to get the most accurate information that we can about security in the Gulf.
Right, and conceivably, we also have a real national security interest in keeping the Strait open.
We do, and frankly, right now, our policy is driving us in the opposite direction. We're seeing a lot more incidents at sea than we have in the past several years, and it's a dangerous moment. And this is why Congress recently as well did pass a bill that required authorization for military force by the U.S. It had 28 Republicans in the House supporting it, and it called on the president to seek military authorization if he's going to go towards war.
Right, this after the Iranians shot down the drone. At some point, though, Iran, say what you want about their nuclear facilities, but they're still the largest state sponsor of terrorism. They still have the blood of thousands of Americans on their hands. Why is confronting them and trying to cut off their ability to fund Hezbollah and others a bad thing?
There's nothing wrong with trying to confront them, but you have to do it in a smart way. And right now, we're self-isolating. Our policy may be punishing them economically. We've got maximum pressure campaign, but we're not achieving anything at the table. And Iran has the ability to restart its nuclear program, and it puts us in this position of, well, what's next? Does it mean military strikes?
Yeah,
that's where
the last
time,
you think about the last time the Iranians really got a punch in the nose from the United States was President Reagan in the 1980s. We didn't hear from a while after that, number one, and number two, we did it alone.
Well, the 1980s and trafficking ships in the Gulf, that's one thing. But the policy right now seems to be angling towards a regime change policy in Tehran. We are not looking at a policy where we're trying to get a diplomatic deal with Iran. We're looking at one to have them change.
You want to talk about the Obama administration was kings of regime change in the Middle East. Mubarak, Gaddafi, Saleh. You guys threw them all out.
Yeah,
you wanted Assad gone?
There definitely were a lot of those activities, but what there wasn't a U.S. invasion force, and there wasn't an American military.
There was a huge U.S. military operation in Libya.
In Libya, there was, but
and in Yemen.
To go back into that, that was an operation that was supported by a variety of countries in the Arab world and in the Arab League, and it has turned out disastrous because we pulled out of ensuring that there was solid reconstruction there.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the Obama administration's policies didn't work, therefore the Obama administration policy on Iran should be trusted because that was the right one?
No. What I'm getting at is regime change overall is dangerous, and it puts you in a bad position. What we're looking at with Iran and the diplomatic deal that we had in the Obama administration was avoiding all of that.
So you agree that parts of the Obama administration policy were disastrous, but the Iran deal should stay?
Sure. Nobody's omnipotent. I served in the Bush administration, too, and we invaded Iraq, and look where that took us. And so the danger here with Iran right now is that we are heading into a military confrontation with Iran, and that is a no-win solution for the United States.
At least so far, the president's held up on that.
But he's being driven in a direction that could be dangerous.
All right, Joel. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks.